One of the cool things about having a YouTube channel is that people know what you're interested in. So everyone who knows me, my family, friends, know that I have a penny channel. So what they do is they send me pennies, and my mother-in-law uh, sent me some rolls of pennies, and I wrote her name on it, so that way I could shout her out on the channel and tell her thank you and I love her so much and how much I appreciate it. And that's what we're gonna look through today. And the cool thing about getting these is that they're unsearched. You know that this is episode 440. You know that these are pennies that came from somebody who every time she went to the store, and she spent $1 or $2, she put her pennies into a little jar. You know what I mean? This is where it's at, man. This is the good stuff here. We get to see how many copper pennies is a normal person finding in their everyday change, and what's going on out there in the real world. As of the beginning of 2025, and our first penny that we look at today is a nice, right? Because no one looks at pennies the way we look at pennies, right? Or coins, if you want to, be specific. And if they did, they wouldn't know what they're looking at or what they're looking for. So it's a pretty interesting set of circumstances when you have a YouTube channel. Look at this. Look at this. This is what's still going on in 2025. Look at the E in Liberty. Looks like an E, and the R. Oh, that's a beauty. I'm not even going to look at it under the loop. I always look at these under the loop. I don't even have to. I mean, I will later on, but look at that R. I mean, probably most likely machine doubling. And look at the E. Nice. I love getting me some pen. Now, anybody who wants to, of course, I said this in previous videos, it's in every single 83. It's in every single description. Look how copper, right? The first year, 100% zinc scent. Look how good of a deep fake this is. Anybody who wants to donate anything to the channel, you're more than welcome to. I get people all the time who ask me, "Do you want to buy it?" I don't buy off anybody from the channel. I keep my channel business separate from my personal business. This is like my professional life in a sense. Even though I don't make much money or anything like that. Maybe one day I will. Who knows? I'll get lucky. Maybe one of my videos will go viral one day. And oh, look at that, 2024. And I'll make $1,000 off one video. To make $1,000 off of it would probably be a short, I'm assuming, because those are the ones that get the most views. To make $1,000 off a short, it would have to get like I think 1 million views or something like that. Nah, more than that, because I have the one with 100,000. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you. As long as I'm talking about, I'll show you. I have the one with 100. How many? 128,000. What's the analytics on that? $30. I got 1.3 thousand subscribers and $30 off of one short video. If you go to my videos, my short videos, and you click most popular, this one will come up. And so to make $100, I would need, going by this statistics, I would need at least 3 times the amount, let's say. So that would be like almost 400,000. So 800,000, $1 million would only be about 1 million subscribers, views would be, wait, hold on, I lost myself. Would be about $250, $300 with 1 million views. I would need like 3 or 4 million views on a short to get $1,000. Going by that statistic, I'm saying they have other things that factor into it, like what category and stuff like that. But more or less, in the millions, put it like that. To make $1,000 on a short, you need in the millions. And anyway, that's out of that wouldn't make a dent in anything anyway. So I don't even know why I said that for. I would need many. Look at this. Oh, wowzers, man. And it has a little bit of a die clash. You can see it on the inside of the third bay. Wow. What a golden penny. What an absolute stunner, man. What a stunner. What a stunner. Yeah, my mother-in-law, she's something else, man. Let me tell you, she's a special lady. You know, there are some people in this world that they just have good hearts, you know, and gooder than the average person, you know. And she's one of them. She's gooder, you know. Give the shirt off her back for a stranger, you know what I mean? So that was very nice of her to give me these pennies, you know, so because she knows that I like them. Oh, so my my PO box is in the description. Anybody who's interested, you know, you want to send me pennies, I'll shout you out. I'll thank you. I will be thankful, you know, like sincerely, you know. And I'll review them on the channel. So far we have 4 copper pennies, which isn't bad. I mean, for 2025, you know, I mean, she could have been saving these pennies for a year, you know what I mean? So I'm sure some of these are from 2024. I'm positive of it. Because like I said, she's just putting her change into a little jar or whatever from her daily purchases out in the wild. And she doesn't even know what a wheat cent is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is truly on. And that's the thing, you know, when buying stuff from look how flat those numbers are. Yeah, that's not correct. I've seen tons of 84s before. That's not how they look. The clearance, there must be a collar issue. Yeah, you can see it on both sides. Must have been I'm thinking it has a collar issue, and it was just it lost clearance, you know, from the deteriorated collar. And I know the collar isn't what stops, you know, whatever tons and tons of pressure going down to form a coin. I don't think the collar. Maybe it is. You know why I shouldn't say that? For all I know, it is the collar that does that. But I'm pretty sure, my understanding is that there is a set clearance. Another nice Machine doubling. Look at the letters. It's always the Liberty for some reason, or more likely to be the Liberty. Anyway, the point is that for some reason the clearance on that coin, that machine was very, you're talking about maybe hundredths of a millimeter. That's all it takes to make the impression look visibly smaller. Look at the R and look at the M. Well, the R, it looks really cool. Again, most likely mechanically doubling, but you can see the doubling there. That's cool. All right, so we have most like machine doubling, but a nice one. So let me put those together. So for those of you who are new or forgot, don't remember, don't pay attention, weren't good students. What is machine doubling? Machine doubling is when there's a doubling of an element, right? Of the numbers, of the letters, of the pictures, whatever it is, there's doubling, right? You can see the image has separated. I think right here might be a good example of it. Look at the U. Now, the U in trust, to the left and the bottom, there's extra little lines, right? Some of it is notching or splitting or what have you. Spreading. And you look at that, you say, oh, wow, look at that. That U is kind of odd. It has extra. It's not focusing right. It looks like it's doubled on the bottom of it. There we go. But the doubling is really part of the original U, right? It's not a first U, right? Because the one you see on the top would be the second U. So when a true double die, there's a first strike, and then there's a second strike on the die, not on the coin, on the die. The die was struck itself, or struck another die. So, but there's still doubling here, but the doubling is inside the original first strike. That's what doubling, mechanical doubling is. The doubling is within the first and only image that it has. Right? Then we saw it what? Anyway, that's what it is. So when you hear me talking about, oh, look, the doubling, sometimes I get a comment from someone, who really doesn't know what they're talking about. They go, that's not a double die. So I didn't say it was a double die. I said it had doubling. And they're two different things. The language sounds similar, but they're different. A double die is when the original die, right? There's several dies that come into play to make the final working die. The die that hits the coin is called the working die. And they make several dies in the process of that final die that they use to make the coin. There's a process. And if the working die in the process of being made hits another die that is making it, forming it, it will make two images on the working die, the one that makes the coin. And that die all the coins made from that die will have a double die. But the image is on the die itself. It has nothing to do with the coin. Now, sometimes when a regular die, a die that's perfect, has no doubling on it, which 99% of them don't, hit a coin and some type of error happens. The coin moves, there's grease, there's a tilt, whatever the case may be, it will create doubling on the coin. And that's just doubling, but that's not a double die. And that's a very, very important, it's probably one of the most important distinctions to learn. It took me a long time to learn that. Like, look at this. This is a great example. Great example. Look at that D. I have to look at this under the loop. I'll be back. It went from great example to bad example. There's actually I couldn't tell. I was suspicious, but when I saw the W and then the D, there's something that went through it on the bottom. So I'm going to say that's not even mechanical doubling at all. It's just damage. When I see a good example, I'll point it out. Anyway, it's one of the most important things to learn. I think it's a first, because there's certain concepts in, this is a nice misaligned die. Look how fat it is over here. To make sure, sometimes you get a misaligned die and it'll create other, it'll create doubling. You just want to make sure there's none there. Nice though. Oh, look at this misaligned die. Hardly see misaligned dies on newer pennies. Look how nice that is. Let's see if it has the wide AM too. Nah. Another misaligned die. And learning the difference between the different types of doubling and the different types of double dies. It's a pretty important. So, for example, right, I think there's 9 classes of double dies, and the one that's I don't know, I guess most interesting and easy to make mistakes on is extra thickness, because extra thickness looks a lot like mechanical doubling. It's easy to confuse. Let's just put it like that. Looking for the extra V. It's just a little line. So those are some of the things and I'll focus on it for a while until it becomes it becomes second nature for me to look for it, to see it. Nice blister, little gas blister. It tells us that this is zinc. Oh, it's a 2000. No wide AM. There you go. So the doubling on the E, see the line, right? It splits the E on the inside the E. But it's on the original letter. So it's doubling. It's mechanical doubling. Now, if the letter was a little wider, like let's say these letters look like really wide, then it could be an extra thickness, meaning that the die was struck in a certain way that it created, the die struck another die in the making of the die, and it created doubling on whatever, in this case would be the letters. But they have to be, it's actually a second strike, or a first strike, excuse me, and then you would see the split between the original strike and the second strike. But that's not what we see here. I don't think that is. It's not. That's on the original strike and the only strike. You can see the splitting on the E. It's still cool looking, but it's not a double die though. I found some that I'm pretty sure are double dies, but you know, that's not it. Look at this. Look at this. In Spanish, they call the mother-in-law is called the suegra. The suegra. So thank you, suegra, if you're watching the video. I know she doesn't watch the video. She doesn't care about this stuff. She just cares about me, you know. How cool is that? Suegra. That's my suegra. When she comes over, I go, hi, suegra. That's the way gringos say suegra. See here? Yeah, it's probably nothing. We even got a wheat scent, man. How cool is that? We even got a wheat scent. What a great penny roll. This is what's up, man. You know, truly unsearched penny rolls. Ah, look at this. No rim. Has no rim on one side. Rim, no rim. What a great penny roll. Has everything in it. Has a beautiful mint-like. We got a mint state penny, right? We got that beautiful 67. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the wheat scent.